Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Thank you very much for clicking on it. I really appreciate it. Not gonna lie, this is weirdly nerve-wracking. So as the title says, it should be pretty self-explanatory. I have decided that I'm gonna be taking an extended break from filming for a little bit. Now, those of you that are on Patreon and anyone that just kind of paid attention, will know that I recently did take a sort of break for about a week or so. It was actually just prior to the events in Itaewon and the mourning period and everything like that, so I kind of technically ended up having 2 weeks off. And I was really hoping that this week I could start getting back into it and that I would feel better, because the reason I took that break was because of burnout from the ridiculousness that was October. And yeah, I was really hoping to kind of get back into the swing of things this week, starting back slowly and easing my way back into it. But it was actually filming today that really put things into sharp perspective for me, because I've been thinking about this for a while, but filming today, I was just, I enjoyed the videos that I did, but it was exhausting, and I only managed to do 2 short videos for YouTube. That was all I was able to film, and it's just, yeah. Essentially, the reason for the break is that over the last probably couple of months or so, my physical and especially my mental health have taken a little bit of a swan dive. I've always been fairly open on here about the fact that, I have depression and anxiety and have had them for much of my adult life. And yeah, recently things have gotten a bit worse. I'll get into some more details about why I need this break and stuff a little bit later in this video. I don't want this video to be super long, but I'll go into a little bit of detail later. But first things first, I want to just get some general housekeeping things out of the way. Number one, I don't know as of right now how long this break is gonna be. Like I said, it's gonna be an extended break. It could be a couple of weeks, it could be a month, it could take us up to Christmas and the New Year. I really have no idea. I don't want to put a time limit on myself. I just want to kind of do what feels right for me and come back when I'm ready and when I'm sure I'm ready, rather than trying to force myself. And I feel like if I did put a time limit on myself, I'm gonna be back in a couple of weeks or whatever, it would be more detrimental. It would do more harm than good, So I don't know how long the break is gonna be, but if at some point I do get a better idea of how long I think it's going to take, I will obviously let you guys know through the community tab here on YouTube, or updating on Patreon or on Twitter or whatever. Yeah, I'm not sure how long it's going to be, but hopefully it won't be too long. I don't want it to be too long. Which brings me to number 2, regarding content. I want to make it very, very clear that me taking a break doesn't necessarily mean that there won't be any videos, because inevitably there are gonna be days where I just want to film, because I love doing this. I really love my job. I really, really enjoy it. I love making reactions. I love doing all of this. It's just at the moment I'm really struggling too, because I'm just mentally so drained. So there will inevitably be days where I do want to film and I do videos. I just don't know how frequent those are going to be, and they're going to be kind of on a weird schedule, and I'm not going to make a schedule for myself. I'm just going to, like I said before, do what feels right at the time, take things day by day and all of that. The purpose of this break isn't so much to avoid filming completely as it is to, just take things day by day and look after myself. And the key to that, I think, is just not making any promises. So I'm not going to promise that I'm going to react to any specific comebacks or any specific content. I'm not going to stick to any specific schedule. I'm just going to be following the vibes, essentially just following the vibes on a day-to-day basis for a little while, until such a time as I feel ready to get back into a slightly more structured way of doing things. I do have a lot of plans in place that I'm hoping to bring in the new year. So all going well, like I said, this break won't be too long, and you know, I can bring all of that stuff in the new year, because there's a lot of stuff that I'm really excited about that I've just been waiting for when I feel better to bring in, and I was like, okay, maybe in the new year. And yeah, so hopefully all of that stuff will happen, but it's just going to take a bit of time and a bit of time of things being a bit weird in terms of videos and a bit random in terms of uploads. This is just, you know, it's something I gotta do. The one content promise that I will make and keep is for Patreon requests. Those I'm still gonna make a concerted effort to get done as regularly as I can, as consistently as I can. But they may still come, for those of you that are on Patreon and make requests or watch the requests, they may come in smaller chunks and may come at random times. At the moment, the kind of norm is that I do them across the month in like 3 parts or whatever at the end of each week. But they may, like I said, be in smaller chunks at very random times, dispersed. So I will still do them. They will still be a thing. I'm just gonna chip away when I can, essentially. That's the one content promise that I will make, is that those requests will still get done, because I feel like it's important for them. Yes. So that's kind of the bulk of the housekeeping stuff. So let me just get into the why. Like I said, recently my physical and mental health has taken a dive, and it's especially my mental health. I'm sure there are plenty of people that can relate to this, but when it gets to this time of year, in the Northern Hemisphere anyway, when it gets to this time of year when the seasons are changing and we're moving towards winter, it really messes me up. It always does. Every single year there's always a certain amount that I struggle. I struggle, but some years are worse than others, and I'm finding that this year I'm really struggling, and it's hitting me harder than it has in a few years. I want to reassure everyone, I'm not in a terrible place by any means. When I say my mental health has taken a dive, it's not so much that I'm like, you know, in the worst possible situation, or that like I'm really like struggling in my own mind or anything like that. It's more that I've been in terrible places before. We've been through it with the mental health. We've been through it before in the past, and because I've been through stuff like that before, I know what it's like, what it feels like when I'm headed towards a bad place. And so this break it's like a preventative measure. I want to take this break now and get myself sorted now, before it gets to a point where I get too bad and it becomes like a million times harder, you know? So I want to reassure anyone that might be worried. I'm doing okay. It's just I could be better. I could be significantly better, and I know I can be significantly better, and I just need a little bit of time of taking the pressure off and just spending some time working on myself, working on my mental health, and improving my general existence. So yeah, I want to reassure on that this break is a purely preventative thing. It's not like not a reactive thing, it's a preventative thing. And that's very important that you guys know that. So yeah, that's essentially the reason for the break, is I need some time to sort myself out. I want to say, just to kind of close things out here, I feel very fortunate and very lucky that the community we have here, for the most part anyway, obviously there's a few people that, but that's the internet for you. But for the most part, the community we have here, I'm sorry about my chair, it's so squeaky. The community we have here is very kind and understanding and patient, and you're very wonderful people to me, and I value that a lot. I value this community a huge amount. I love that I get to do this. I love that this is my job. And all I want with regards to this is to be able to repay your kindness and your patience and your appreciation as best as I can. And the best way that I can do that is to obviously give you guys content, because that's what you're here for. But at the moment, I'm not in a position where I can make content that I feel like I can enjoy making as much as I want to. And I feel like if I'm not enjoying it as much, then you guys probably won't. And I feel like I need to have there's a certain energy that I get when I'm really into a reaction. There's a certain energy that I feel, and recently that energy has gone away for me, and I don't like it. I don't like it because it means that reactions I'm making are ones that it's not that I don't enjoy the content, but it's like the reaction itself just feels a little bit like I'm forcing it, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That's not what I do. we don't do fake reactions here. So yeah, I want to be able to repay you guys as much as I can with as much content as I can, but for the time being, I need to take a step back so that the content that I do give you is the kind of content that you guys deserve and the kind of content that I enjoy making. But ultimately, I just want to thank you guys for being the kind and patient and wonderful people that you are. I understand that for those of you on Patreon, if you're not getting regular content, I understand that you may want to back out for the time being. Which is scary because, you know, you guys pay my bills, but I will cross that bridge when I get to it. Like I said, there will still be content here and there. I'm just not gonna plan it specifically. It's just gonna be a bit piecemeal in here and there, but yeah, it's gonna be an interesting time. Hopefully it won't be too long of a break, as I've been saying. I'm really hoping I won't need more than like a couple of weeks, but like I said, I'm not gonna put any pressure on myself, and I'm just gonna do what needs to be done and look after myself and take some time and only come back properly when I'm ready. And I may come back slowly as well. You know, it might be a kind of easing in type of process, or it might not. I might just be like, you know what, I'm good to go. Let's dive in. I have no idea. There's a lot I don't know. There's a lot I don't know about this right now, which is partly why making this video is very scary. But I should note, by the way, the reason I wanted to make this a video is because I was sick of making written posts about it. And also because these typically have a bigger reach. So more of you guys can be aware of what's going on. But yeah, anyway, that'll bring me to the end of that. I'm gonna have fun editing this video because the amount of random pauses and what am I saying? It's gonna be interesting. But thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your patience and your kindness and your love. Hopefully I will see you soon. And you know, if any of you guys are also going through some tough times right now, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it together. I believe in us, and I love you. Look after yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.